WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And today I'm in the Lowlands of Scotland, Kingsbarns, always with an S, which I forget at the end, Family Reserve 2020. So what we have here is actually a cask strength limited release from the Kingsbarn. So Isabella Weems, also if you've never had a Weems bottling, they have some excellent single casks, and they have some fig groves, and they have some smoke chimney, I think, and some other things out there. And they actually bought into this idea of a distillery someone else had created, and they took over this failing or floundering idea, and then came in with their expertise, their money, and with their relationships, and built a beautiful distillery named Kingsbarn. And the bottle reflects it. Wait, I have to pour something, give a little bit of time in the glass before I continue explaining here. So we have 59.2%. The first thing you see here are the pigeons here on the cap. You can see the pigeons actually on the bottle here. You can see the little pigeon coops actually that are still there in terracotta in the distillery. You actually have Kingsbarn in the top part of the bottle here. So Kingsbarn. And very thick base, a beautiful bottle design. I would give them an award for that, and I think they've actually won an award for that. So the distillery, this is a 3-year-old product, so it's not very old. It's 54 euros and 90 cents over here, and there's one of 3,000 bottles worldwide. As I mentioned before, 59.2% ABV, whiskey base number 162281. Now, this Isabel Weems goes through the warehouse, picks up the barrels. It's 90% fresh bourbon, first fill bourbon casks, and 10% STR casks, shaved, toasted, and recharred. So the late great Dr. Jim Swan actually created these barrels. Portugal, you had a lot of red wine barrels. He went there and said, hey, could you maybe shave them, toast them, and rechar them, and kick them back up to Scotland so we can use them? I was like, yes, why not? And so that's what they did. And then the distillery manager, Peter Holrade, actually takes these percentages 9-1, and then he marries them in special marriaging casks for another 7 months. So basically they were picked maybe exactly 3 years, 7 months of marriaging, almost 4 years. Now the plan is, this is a limited edition, and this is an annual series. So that means in 2021 there should be 4-year-old liquid in here. In 2022 there should be 5-year-old. In 2023 6-year-old. And 2024 7-year-old. So we're going to actually have the development of the distillery. Therefore, this is actually a collector's item, which I don't do. I take the bottles, I open them, I share them, and I do reviews about them. So I do have something here that is very similar from Coswolds, also from the late great Jim Swan. We used 100% STR casks, which I really love. This is actually bottled at 60.3%. This is 59.2%. Am I right about 60 point? I'm wrong, 60.9%. And I just love this flavor profile. This Coswolds, this is the Founder's Choice. This is beautiful. So batch number 2018, one of 2,800 bottles. I'm not even sure if you can get this anymore. I'm so sorry, but this was fabulous back then. So this is the 2020 release. This is the 2018 release. Oops, let's turn the label so you can actually see it. Get it going the right direction here. First of all, even on here, you can see the difference in the colors. This is very dark because the STR, 100%. This is 10% STR, 90% first fill bourbon barrels. All right. On the nose, vanilla, pear, green apple. And the green apple and the pear are basically 2 weeks away from being actually mature, actually ripe. There's a little bit of an exotic note here. Maybe a banana, coconut, mango, something along those lines. This is actually very nice. It doesn't smell hot. It doesn't smell like it's going to burn your nasal passages. with its 59.2%. It's 3 years. Over here to the founder's choice. I want to say reserve, founder's reserve. This is the family reserve. This is the founder's choice. I just love this bottle. I am very, very fond of this bottle, to be honest. I love the STR cask. I love this cask strength moment. It's much darker. It's creme brulee with a little bit of a burnt caramel on top. You've got that red wine just absolutely seeping through this. It's so good. It's so good. This is absolutely my wheelhouse. I've given this to quite a few people, and half of them say, "How can you drink it? It's just way too hot." And the other were like, "Oh, this is really nice." And every time I try it, I say, "This is really nice." Very, very rarely have I said, "Oh, this is just too hot." So let's go over here to the Kingsbarns Family Reserve 2020. Now, when I go back, I get a little bit of an lactic acid, a little bit of that sour milk moment, just tiny little bit compared to here, which I didn't get the first time I smelled it. That's why I love comparing things. When you go over here and then you go back, it's like, oh, and then if you go back here, it's like, that really does help me a lot to be able to have benchmarking. Cheers. Wow. Nice, 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 nice. Atomic bomb in your mouth. The heat is just bam. Oh, wow. It takes a while for that heat to dissipate. And finally, now it just kind of goes, oh, look, nice again. It's very seldom that I have that, oh, look at there, nice, wait a second, something's going to happen, wham! And then it just dissipates and slowly comes back. Wonderful, wonderful finish. But just in that middle there, it just really, really explodes in pepper and hotness and alcohol and all that. Wow. Ooh. Going over here. Okay, at the end, there's a little bit of a alcohol moment that pushes itself forward. A little bit of tannins, a little bit of dryness, nice fruitiness, a very, very nice whiskey. No need whatsoever to dilute this, my personal opinion. This, however, needs to be diluted. So you take some, you take it down to about, I'm going to say about 50%. So wait a second. Okay. Oh, a little bit more of the vanilla. A little bit of an overripe banana. Very nice. So, if I were the person to actually have bottled this, I would have picked 52 some percent. I think it's just actually perfect. Very nice. C++, maybe even a B- on a good day. Wow, that's nice. There's a tiny little bit of a dryness, astringency in the back of my throat. So at the front of my throat, I actually give a sweetness. I am salivating a little bit even. Salivating. There's a little bit of saliva in my mouth that's coming. And then towards the end, towards the back, it's a little bit of a dryness. Interesting. And then at the cask strength, it's just too strong for me. It's just bam. But that's the good thing about cask strength whiskey. You can actually put some water in it. Okay. Very good. So value for money, I actually think this is fairly well priced. This was 2 years ago, 58 euros 90. Today, this is 54.90. 3 years old, 3 years old, basically, as I said, 59.2%, 60.9%. So basically a little bit more ABV. Very, very good bottlings. Both of these are. The cast strength seems to be attacking my vocal cords. So I can highly, highly recommend it. If you find this anyplace, go for it. I would actually buy 2 bottles, one to drink and one actually to collect. Wouldn't it be nice to have a collection of the every year, year for year for year, and then one day you just open them up and you see the development of that distillery. Or another thing you could do is you could take a little sample bottle and just reserve maybe 5 or 10 cl from each one, airtight, and then after a while you'll be able to go back and test and see how the distillery has developed. Cheaper, maybe even a better way of doing that. All right, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. Thank you very much for even sharing this video. Share it on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on any other social media, on Facebook, whatever you like. And actually tell the people out there, Kingsbarns is a new Lowland distillery worth watching, worth visiting, and worth buying. Thank you very much. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.